Everybody get up, it's time to slam now. We got the real jam going down. Welcome to the Space Jam. It's your chance, do your dance at the Space Jam. Alright.
Come on and slam, and welcome to the jam. Come on and slam, you wanna jam. Hey, yo, what you gonna do? 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 Party people in the house, let's go. It's your boy JC. So, that's that ready, watch me.
What is up, everybody? I am back. I have 8. We're good to go. I actually ate on my way home because the line was forever long. Some people need to go back to work. And boy, do we have some changes in the standings. So we're going to go over this real quick before I do any kind of Skype calls. Jonathan Pepin has took the lead back from Eric Siddiqui. Jonathan Pepin now has the number 3 bag of the whole week, number 2 for the day. I actually think he's called twice. He is sitting at 94 3/4 inches, has a inch and a half lead over Eric Siddiqui. We're definitely gonna call Pepin as soon as we get going. That's gonna be our second call. Our first call of the day is actually gonna go to Thomas Gent, whose daughter, if you didn't comment on the last thing, good luck, Dad. Going out to giving a big shout out to Thomas Gent. He is currently trailing. Where is Gent? Actually, watch out. Thomas Gent has taken the lead from Jason Gardner by 4.5 inches. He has got a 4.5 inch lead over Jason Gardner. So there's that. The main men showdown. I guess daughter's good luck, Dad, is the whole thing that got him going. But we do have it rocking and rolling. Let's see here. I did get a couple updates as far as fish size goes. Alright, that is actually delayed. Pepin is up another inch, so he's leading Siddiqui. Then we've got Brad Case now have a 5-fish limit at 70 1/4, but he is still a long ways behind Derek Brundle, who is also cold. He is now sitting at 89 1/4 and is an inch away from tying Brian Pierce's bag limit from yesterday. So Marty Hughes and Matthew Flett. Matt Flett still has not posted a fish. Marty Hughes is still sitting at 93 3/4. Has not been able to cull since. Patrick Tharp is sitting at 81 1/4. He is cold. Todd Patrick still at 44 3/4. From my understanding, he's fishing behind Siddiqui. Hasn't been able to get his 5-fish limit yet. Nemeth and Linsenman. Let's take a look at that one real fast. So Nemeth is at 49 1/2 still. Matt Linsenman is 48 3/4 inches still. That hasn't changed at all. I guess neither one of those guys have been able to get their 5-fish limit at all today. Nandon has culled a little bit, it looks like. He is at 84 3/4. John Fox is still at 6. He culled once. He's up to 66 inches, but man, he's got to get some fish on the board because he's fishing Eastern time. Nandon's got a whole another hour to go after that, so he definitely has to get some fish going. We're going to shut the standings down here in about an hour and 9 minutes. Also, Pinkerton and Frentress, neither one have posted anything. We both know they don't have good service. So if you don't hear me mention them, that's the only reason why. It's not because they're not competing or not good anglers, but they just don't have service. So we covered that. We're going to go ahead and start out with Thomas Gent. I talked to him earlier. He has requested a phone call instead of calling him on Skype. So he says he can hear the phone call better. So we're going to call Thomas Gent and get him on the phone and talk to him for a second.
It's Tom.
Hey, Tom, this is Marcus on KBBT Live, buddy. What a performance you have done in the last little bit here.
Yeah, I just lost a nice one. It broke my line.
Oh, dude, you've got a 4.5-inch lead on Jason Gardner. What happened?
Well, we started out on the other side of the pond this morning, and I tell you what, it's a pretty pond and everything with a lot of rocks. And it just surprises me that there was no fish on them rocks or boulders or anything. And after about around noon, I told Jason, we was talking, I said, dude, I'm about ready to hop across the road and go on the shallow part. Maybe I can find some grass. I said, because there ain't nothing around here. And he had already got 3 because he had found some grass up there, and this is what he was talking about. So we came over here, and I tell you, it wasn't looking pretty at first, and then I came back in. I've been fishing in about 2.5, 3 foot of water, and there's starting to have lily pads coming up. They're still, underneath the water and everything, but they are just killing it.
Well, you've got 2 hours to go to see if you can maintain that lead. And you've got to be feeling pretty good right now, but you guys are putting on an absolute show in the final hours of competition.
Well, I wish I would have just got that one that got off. I seen it, and I wish I wouldn't have seen it, but it got up to the boat and my line snapped. So.
Well, hey, it's perfectly fine as long as he doesn't snag it.
Yeah, I don't even see him, really. He's on this side somewhere, but I don't know where he's at.
Well, you gotta know, you were losing until your daughter said "Good luck, Dad" on the actual live comment. So
really?
you've got to give a shout out to her because I'm pretty sure that's your good luck charm for today's event, buddy.
Well, I'm glad somebody did, because I tell you what, I was struggling. And I just told Jason, I said, boy, I don't know if this is a good idea for us to do this or not, because there for a while we wasn't doing nothing. So, but we came over here on this side, and I've been chatting with him, and he said he's missed a couple of nice ones too. I've had 2 nice ones get off. I had one on a clipper getting ready to measure it, and somehow it undid that clip, and it got off on me.
Well, you still got plenty of time to go to make something else happen. You know, it's a long ways to go. You both have fish that are going to be really easy to cull. I believe you've got the big fish of the day, but I don't think Jason's going to go down without a fight, buddy.
Oh no, he's not. No, we're out here to battle, and like I said there at the beginning, I thought, boy, I ain't got no hope. I mean, there was nothing. I mean, this was my last choice, was to come over here on this side and just hope that there was something over here. So. But it's been pretty decent. They've been biting, pretty steadily so far. So hopefully it'll stay like that. I just got to get rigged back up and figure out what I'm going to throw back in there now.
Now, I haven't seen y'all's fish. Are y'all fishing smallies or largemouth?
Well, right now we submitted just largemouth. There's supposed to be smallies in this, but I tell you what, we ain't seen nothing of any smallies. So.
Well, Jonathan Pepin is putting on an absolute clinic on smallmouth. He is at 94 3/4, all bronze fish, and currently beating Eric Siddiqui by 1.5 inches.
Oh wow! Yeah. I haven't seen any smallies in here yet, but they say there's some in here, but I don't know.
Well, we'll let you get back to fishing. We're going to keep broadcasting. That way your daughter can keep up with the standings. And good luck to you, brother.
All right. Thanks, brother.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
All right, there's that. Is there any guess at who I'm going to bring on the camera next? If you have to guess, you're not paying attention to the standings. We're going to call the man, Jonathan Pepin. Maybe we're going to call Pepin. Oh, I didn't turn it down. I'm sorry, guys. Let me turn that down a little bit. My bad. All right, Pepin. You can't just be posting up these fish and not talking to us. Oh, we do have Mr. Pepin on the phone.
Just for a brief moment, my battery's dead.
Oh, hey, don't even worry about it. You're in a grind. I'll let you get back to it. We'll chat with you later then. No problem. Save that battery for fish submissions. Solid job on the smallmouth.
All right, man. I'm gonna try to get that 20. Sure.
Keep grinding, baby. We'll let you go.
All right, 10-4. We'll see ya.
All right, if his phone's almost dead, we're not going to waste any time on that. Especially when he's locked in a match against Siddiqui. We're just going to let him hammer that out. So we're gonna mark him off. I'm not going to bother him while his phone battery's almost dead. I hate that for him. Just for any of the rest of you guys that are out there watching, carry something to charge your phone while you're on the water. I promise you, I do it. I've actually got an angler block. It's got a 2-amp battery charger on it that allows me to charge my phone twice during the day. And if I wouldn't have had that yesterday, I wouldn't have been able to upload my last 18-inch fish because I was 2 miles from the boat ramp and my phone was on 3% when I looked at it. Plugged it in, got it up to 30 like the snap of a finger, and I was able to upload. So do yourself a favor, keep that in your boat. See, we got Pepin marked off. He's not going to be coming on right now. We got Jit marked off. Let's call Mr. Marty Hughes. He's next in line. I don't know if Hughes is going to have service. We want to give him some good luck and see if he can take this pot money from William Kennan. So we're going to give him a shout. And he's got service. Marty, buddy, talk to me. Where's this 20-inch fish at?
I don't know. I caught 53 bass,
Woo!
but a lot of them are like 16, 17 inches. I just got some cloud cover though, so it might
Bro, there is people that would pay you for those 15-inch bass right now.
almost all of them were 16 or 17.
What's your smallest? You there?
Hello.
There, now I got you. Okay. Your smallest is 18 inches.
Yeah.
Dude,
I got
that's a
like
solid
4.
day.
I caught like 4 of those.
One 20-inch fish. You officially take
I
the
know.
pot money.
I'm working on it. I thought I had them. I just caught 2 that were about 17 just to get separated. They weren't. But I've been having fun. That's the main thing for me.
Well, buddy, you're hammering it out. You're giving us something to watch for sure. Your opponent still hasn't posted a fish up yet, and you're sitting as the 4th overall bag of the day. Jonathan Pepin just passed you with smallmouth. He is sitting at 94 3/4 inches of smallmouth.
Whoa, man. Man, that's like 110 a largemouth.
Or more.
Yeah.
He's
Wow,
actually beating Siddiqui by 1.5 inches.
Wow. Oh, they're fishing the same area or something? Or
No,
what?
Siddiqui and him are going up in the competition, but Siddiqui's fishing in
Oh.
Arkansas. Yeah.
Oh, I see. Yeah, okay.
The underdog
There, I
is
got
taking
you in
out the man today.
Wow. So I don't know what my guy has, though, so.
Yeah, your guy hasn't posted anything yet.
Kind of worries me a little bit. That's Texas, man.
Hey, it only takes... Texas hasn't had a strong showing, though. Their highest of the day yesterday, let's see here, was Jeff Isham at 87 3/4, or 87 1/4. And their highest one today is Rolando Nannon at 84 3/4. So you've already got you've got every Texas guy beat so far.
Wow. That's cool.
How's that
I'm
make
just
you
going to
feel
keep
about
grinding to
Nebraska?
the end, man. Huh?
How's that make you feel about Nebraska?
Well, the Huskers are pretty good anyway. I mean, they have been, but might as well.
Well, I hate to take any kind of spotlight away from your time, but I do have to let everybody know Brad Case just called, and we have a tie between Derek Brundle and Brad Case at 89 and a quarter.
Oh, that's awesome.
Derek Brundle's got the big fish tiebreaker, but Brad Case is on the hunt.
Yeah, don't count him out.
Oh, I apologize. I am corrected. Hayden Crossnow did just let me know. I accidentally skipped over Brian Pierce's name. So Brian Pierce is the overall leader from Texas with 90 and a quarter inches for the weekend. So you're still you're still beating all of Texas, but Brian Pierce had 90 and a quarter with an 11-pound, 25-inch kicker.
Wow. Well, if I just slow down here again, it goes in spurts, you know. Every time when you call, I don't catch anything, and then as soon as you hang up, I catch fish.
Well, I tell you what then, buddy. I'll let you go then, and maybe I'm seeing a 20-incher here in just a second.
I'm going to go back in the woods here and see what happens.
All right, buddy. We'll holler at you a little bit later on. Good luck.
All right. Yeah, thanks, man. See ya.
Oh, don't know what happened there. My apologies to Brian Pierce for skipping over your name on the standings. It happens to the best of us. So, I do apologize. Brad Case calling up to Derek Brundle, who we're actually going to bring on camera next. Wow. Brad Case has been behind the 8-ball all day, and he just brought it. Is Derek Brundle going to bring it back? My man.
What's happening, buddy?
So I got to tell you something, buddy. You got what? You got 2 hours of fishing left, right?
Yeah.
Brad Case just called up and tied you at 89 and a quarter, and you're winning by the big fish.
Wow.
That's how close it is between you two absolute monstrosities of hammers.
Yeah, it's a tight one.
Is that snow?
What's that?
Is that snow?
No, but it's cold and it's rain, heavy rain. Still catching them.
How many fish have you caught today?
Oh, I don't know, a lot.
You throwing a jerkbait now?
I'm doing that Pond Warrior tournament too. And I think I put up like 300 inches so far.
Nice.
So catching them, I just, a lot of them are 16 inches or smaller,
Let's see here, and your smallest fish, you still got both of those 16 and a quarters in there, so you need something a little bit bigger than 16 and a quarter.
I just submitted a 17 a few minutes ago.
Okay, that hadn't came through on the update I got yet. I'm sure it is on the bracket. Just the guy sending me pictures of all the fish. I haven't gotten that picture yet. So you just have one 16 and
a little while ago.
So you just have 1 16 and a quarter left to call then, right?
Yep.
You think you're going to be able to do it?
I've only made it about halfway around this spot, so I'm going real slow, just picking it apart. So hopefully I can get another big one. I saw a couple bigger ones cruising on the other end, so I'm going to go back up there in a little bit.
Well, I mean, I gotta say, with as close of a matchup as this is, and we are all fired up about it, if push comes to shove, it doesn't really, whoever wins this thing, between you and Case, the loser cannot be upset based off of who they competed with.
Oh, no, you can never be upset. Man, putting up fish, that's all I can ask myself to do, you know what I mean? Oh, there's another one.
Here we go. We got live footage, baby.
Smallmouth, I just seen it come out of the water about 3 feet. I don't think it's gonna upgrade, but nice little smallmouth.
That is a pig.
I'll take it.
Absolutely, that's got to be fun. Got to see how much that sucker measures. I don't think it's gonna call a 16 and a quarter.
No, it ain't gonna call for me, but it'll add some inches in that other tournament. Well, I'll tell you, that smallmouth is fun to catch, man. You know what I mean? Pretty fish, too. Fat little guy.
I'll tell you who's putting on a clinic in smallmouth right now is old Mr. Pepin.
Is he?
94 3/4 of smallmouth.
Oh, good lord. Yeah, you gotta love a day like that. That's excellent smallmouth fishing.
Marty
Yeah, he's only gonna go 15 and a quarter.
Marty Hughes says that's like 110 inches of largemouth.
Oh, that's crazy, man. That's a lot. Yeah, I want my 15 and a quarter.
Jason O'Brien says good one.
Thanks, sir. Yeah, I gotta be happy with myself so far. I haven't lost. Actually, no, I had one on and lost it earlier, but I've been fishing pretty clean, so. But they are knocking the tar out of this 110, this Vision 110 plus one, I'll tell you. And the weather is just deteriorating, so this could turn to snow. I don't know, but we'll find out.
Well, man, you're out there grinding. You're putting in work. You know, that's the second live fish we've watched you catch today.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's always cool to catch them while people are watching, you know.
I'll tell you from experience, it's not as great when you have them break the line and it's like an 8-pound plus while everybody's watching.
Yeah, that could be detrimental to my health.
It was detrimental to the rod I had to fish out of the lake.
Yeah. I lost a big one that same day you did, or actually the day after, but it wasn't on camera, thank goodness.
So are you? You said you are using the jerkbait?
Yeah, I went to the jerkbait. I was getting them on the spinnerbait earlier, but came out to this deeper water and saw some fish on the side scan and threw the jerkbait at him, and they started just smashing it. So.
Well, you are the jerkbait armada.
I'll tell you what, man. In the month of April so far, this $25 Vision 110 plus one has cost me $2,500 worth of bass.
Your ponds, as small as they are, them suckers have really got to be stocked well.
Yeah, we got good feed, you know what I mean? This place is loaded with perch. I mean, most of the fish around here are eating perch, so they eat well.
So is that what color patterns you mainly match it with, is the yellow perch?
Yeah, I'm throwing the, and usually this is my go-to, it's the GP Pro perch.
Okay.
Everything eats it, perch, everything.
Now, is that a mega bass?
Yeah, it's a mega bass, Vision 110 plus one.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, you use Smithwick a lot too, right?
What's that?
If I'm not mistaken, you use Smithwick a lot too, am I right?
No, when I get like 6 feet or under, I use a reaction strike. XRM 80. The things are awesome in shallow water.
Okay, so your big fish is only a 1/4 inch bigger than his big fish. But his small fish is 15 and a half. So he's definitely got an easier cull than you do. However, all it's going to take is one solid fish from either one of you could probably take this thing out.
Right. Well, let's hope his bite shuts off and mine keeps going and they turn bigger.
The only thing about it is, as well as the rest of us, he's got him being in Central Time. He does have an extra hour on you, but when you've got a limit with this high at this caliber, an hour doesn't necessarily do you any good at all.
Right.
Especially if you know that you are behind, that last hour could be nothing but struggle fishing. That's usually what happens to me.
Yep. Well, I'll tell you, like I said, I'm just going to keep faith and keep grinding because, man, that's all you can do, especially when it's this tight,
Absolutely, buddy. We'll let you get back to it, man. Good luck. Your final 2 hours or less, or you got about an hour and 45 left to show it down, and man, good luck to you, brother.
Thanks, man. I really appreciate it.
No problem. We'll holler at you later on at the awards ceremony, hopefully holding your hand up in the air.
Yeah, I'd be down with that.
10-4, boss.
All right, pal. Have a great day.
You too. What a stand-up guy. Man, what a freaking matchup. 89 1/4, Derek Brundle and Brad Case. You know what the definition of professional is at this aspect? Is the fact they can stay so calm when they're that close. I'm going to tell you right now, next weekend, me and Isham are both at 89 1/4, and he's got the big fish on me. Oh, I'm going to be freaking out. My last 2 hours ain't going to be worth the crap, and he knows it. That's probably what he's going to try to do to me. I'm sure he's going to go to a lake that he's got full-blown cell service. That way he can just have me rattled all day long because he knows I watch them leaderboards like a hawk. So we did get a hold of Brundle. I kind of want to leave Patrick Tharp and Todd Patrick down to the wire. Let them see if they can get some fish in. I know that Todd Patrick, all he's got to do is throw up 3 fish, and he's right there on Patrick Tharp. Patrick Tharp has culled again. He is now up to 81 1/4. Todd Patrick is still at 44 3/4. He was saying his bite was going to get hot. He promised us 80 inches. He's got a long way to go. Jason, I always look at the board, my friend. You can tell me not to, but my curiosity is so terrible. Oh my gosh, I'm looking at the board. I watched the leaderboard all day yesterday, knowing Hayden Crossnow wasn't going to post a fish up till the end. I always watch that board like a hawk. But it's not just for me. I watch the board for my buddies. I watch the board looking at Jeff. I want to see how the Florida guys are doing. I watch the leaderboard so that I have stuff to talk about on Sunday. Because I know everything that happens when it happens on Saturday until the leaderboards go down. So on Sunday, I got stuff to talk about. Let's get somebody else on the phone here. We already talked to Thomas. Let's meet the other half of the main men's showdown, Jason Gardner. Let's get old Jason on the phone here and see what's going through his brain right now. No Jason Gardner right now. What we got here? We have a leaderboard change, and it is a big one. Stephanie, if you're still watching, I hate to give you the bad news. However, Matt Linsenman has just added his 4 fish. He has jumped up to 66 inch, which would put him at half would be 16.5 inch lead over George Nemeth. The beard is in the clear for the time being. Jason Gardner did just message us saying he is on fish. He will get back with us momentarily. Let's give a call to Matt Linsenman. That way he can give a shout out to his wife, and we can make sure that beard is staying in good graces.
Hey, buddy.
So what's going on, dude?
With what?
Boy, you just jumped up out of nowhere. Did you just throw up 2 fish in a row?
No, just one.
How big was it?
17 and a quarter.
That's what I'm talking about. You've almost caught Nemeth. He just threw up 3 fish.
I think I'm ahead of him.
He's at 92 inches right now.
Nemeth is?
No, I'm just kidding. You're winning.
Man.
I'm just
Why you gotta be a dick, Craig? Or Mark?
I'm just kidding, buddy. I called you to tell you congratulations. You're sitting at 66 inches. You're 16.5 inch lead over George Nemeth. And Stephanie was watching. I don't know if she's watching now, but she cannot be too happy at this broadcast.
Yeah, I just called her. I'm like, I get to keep my beard, bitch.
Whoa. Easy now. We're broadcasting to children on here.
Yeah. My fault.
Calm down on that one. I don't want to have to hang up on you. But dude, you still got 1 fish to go. What are your plans to catch it?
Keep fishing. Right now, just slow dragging tubes. So that's how I got that last one.
Well, I don't know if you've paid too much attention to the leaderboard. Jonathan Pepin took the lead from Eric Siddiqui by 1.5 inch and a half. With smallmouth.
Nice.
He posted another 19-inch smallmouth. However, Eric Siddiqui just culled, and now Jonathan Pepin is only 1/4 inch in the lead.
Oh, man.
And not only does that big hammer matchup going on, Derek Brundle and Brad Case are tied at 89 1/4. Derek Brundle has the lead with the big fish.
Wow. You want one? I got a charger right here.
Oh, are you talking to Pepin?
Yeah.
Get that man's phone on charge so we can talk to him.
I don't have my cord, but I got the charger, so. Yeah. Hey, man. Yeah.
Is he going to be able to use it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's just got to grab his cord.
Oh, is he going to the truck?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not far off the ramp, so.
Gotcha. Yeah, he's got to keep grinding because Eric Siddiqui's not giving in, and both of them have 2.5 hours to go to make something else happen.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's just an outstanding matchup. I went out to the mouth of the river. Didn't have any luck out there. He was having a hard time catching one. John was. And I'm like, well, I'm going to go back up in the shallower water. So
Well,
he's still grinding at the mouth, trying to get a big end, and I'm just trying to get my 5. So.
while I had you on the phone, Thomas Gent just culled another fish, pushing him up to 81 3/4, which is just a 9-inch even lead over Jason Gardner. Man, these guys. What?
Hey, what's the biggest bag? What's Pepin got right now for inches?
Hold on 1 second.
Has he got the big bag of the day?
Of the day, yes. But Kennan has it overall. Kennan is at 95.5 from yesterday. Pepin is at 94 3/4. So they're just another 3/4 apart as well. And
Wow.
Jonathan Pepin is actually tied with Doug Wilson for the second best bag overall for the weekend, but Wilson's got him beat on Big Fish.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's going to be, I don't know if anybody's going to beat that this year.
Well, Pepin's got 19 and a quarter, 19 and a quarter, 19, 18 and 3/4, 18 and a half. To put that into perspective, as far as weight goes on these smallmouth, if they were largemouth, he would most likely be over 100 inches already.
Oh, yeah. Without a doubt. Yeah, I went out to my largemouth lake up here, and there's still 4 foot of snow out in front of the road, so I got at least another 3 weeks before that thing opens up, before we can even get to the lake.
Well, we'll let you get on it. I know you're trying to get that last fish and then seeing if you can even cull a little bit. Keep grinding, baby. Right now, the beard is safe, and we want to keep it there.
Alrighty.
All right, take it easy, brother.
Thanks, Mark.
All right, so there's Matt Linsenman. Don't know if I would have used those words in that scenario, but hey, freedom of speech, I can't complain. So we're just going to keep this thing moving. Thomas Gent, if you are watching right now, buddy, your family and friends are blowing up these comments. I believe Glenda Gent has commented several times. I believe that's your mother, if I'm reading the comments right. I think it said mom. I might be wrong on that. I can't see pictures, so I'm just going by what the comments say, Glenda. And then you have another person on here that is giving you a good job as well. So, you know, you've got people that are coming in hot for you, buddy. You just keep grinding out there. Right now you've got Jason Gardner on the ropes. Let's see here. Bear with me 1 second. I'm trying to get our next caller on the phone here for us. So, we just got off the phone with Matt Linsenman. And I'm reading through the comments as well. Tanya Pratt was the other person that said, way to go, Tom. So you just keep out there grinding, buddy. You got a list full of supporters watching the broadcast. And we're going to go ahead and try to get Rolando Nandon on here. 84 and 3/4. Still got 3 people ahead of him that fished Texas yesterday. However, his opponent... Where is John at? Where is his opponent on the standings, actually? Give me 1 second here. His opponent is still at 66 inches even. Matt Linsenman just took that one with the big fish tie. So right now, Rolando Nandon. You are his mother. Okay, Glenda is Tom's mother. So, Tom, your mom is rooting you on right now. We appreciate you being on the show, Glenda. And Tanya Pratt is your girlfriend. So, we have had daughter, mom, and girlfriend all on the same show. That's what it's all about right there, guys. All 3 of you, I really appreciate you coming in. And now we have John Gent as well. So we've got the whole family pulling for you, Tom. And we're gonna make sure we stay on following you on here as you are sitting at 81 and 3/4. And I know you're trying to call up as well. Jason Garner is sitting at 72 and 3/4. You've got a 9-inch lead on him, and pulling into the final hours of your day, being on Eastern time, you've got an hour and a half to go. You should be feeling pretty confident. I'm gonna have to say an hour and a half out, unless Jason Garner does something drastic in the final minutes. I've got to say Tom's probably got this thing wrapped up in the bag. So we'll go with that. I just got another update. Yep. So Siddiqui and Pepin are a 1/4 inch away. That is insane. Let's give Rolando Nandon a call here. We'll see if he answers. Maybe not. We didn't get no answer on him. Let's try getting in the mind of Siddiqui. Don't know if he's got service. We'll give it a shot. All right, nothing on Siddiqui. Let's see here. We can always give Mr. Case a call, see how he's doing. I'm sure his mood has improved substantially. We'll see if we can't get a hold of Mr. Case.
Let me get up there. Hey.
Mr. Professor himself, your bite has to have improved dramatically.
Yeah, I just lost one.
It wasn't our fault, was it?
Nah, there's about 20-something inches cut off.
Man, oh man. Are you fishing bed still?
No, I haven't been really fishing a bed. I'm trying to find those that either finished or waiting.
Okay, well, you have, you're sitting, you're tied with Derek Brundle.
Wow.
You guys are tied at 89 and a quarter. Derek only has an hour and a half, or hour and 21 minutes. I'm sorry, no, it is an hour and a half left to fish. And you've got an extra hour after him. He has got the big fish on you by a quarter inch.
Oh, well, I had that a second ago.
You make one call, and you're there.
I know. That's good. I was hoping to do it in 5 fish, but might take 6.
I have no doubt in my mind that Derek's gonna have to do something else to beat you, because you have 2.5 hours, and if I've got 100% faith that Mr. Case is gonna call his 15.5 in 2.5 hours.
I hope so, but things happen.
Well, brother, you keep on grinding. I know you're out there. I hope you get another shot at that big one. But hey, if you throw another 25-inch fish up here on this board on day 2, I don't even know what I'm going to do. I'm probably going to scream like a little girl and throw stuff at the computer.
Yeah, like I said, I haven't got there yet.
Well, you're right. You're knocking on the door. You're one call away, no matter how big the fish is. If it's 15 3/4, you take it.
Okay.
So all you got to do is call one fish, as of now, anyways. Derek Brundle is on hot fish. He's caught, over 300 inches total for the day. He just cannot get on a big fish bite. So,
Well, I try to spin every time he fishes there.
Yeah.
It's good to get anything over 19, so that 19.5 for him helped him.
That is a solid one for sure. But he is catching a lot of 15 and 16-inch fish, and that seems to be his nightmare at the moment.
Well, he's having fun. That's the key.
That is the key, and having fun and staying confident. And like I said, I've got 100% faith that you've still got it. For me to actually say Derek has a chance, he's got to at least make one more call.
Yeah, that's a good call.
Well,
I don't know what his small one is.
His small one is 16 and a quarter.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's not going to be that easy for him.
No, it's not. I mean, fishing those northern waters and he's already told us they don't have a whole lot of 20-inch fish up there. He would almost have to make a 20-inch fish to really be safe as far as the next call coming from you, because a 15.5 can be upgraded in a huge way pretty quickly with just a decent fish.
Yeah, and I don't jinx me now.
Well, that's just speaking for everybody, not specifically Mr. Case.
Yes, I know.
But, I mean, a decent fish is going to put some serious inches on the board for you. So, he's going to need quite a bit larger of that to make that caliber.
Yeah.
But we'll let you get back to it, brother. We're watching it. It's the greatest thing on the show right now, the fact that we have two absolute hammers and you guys are tied going into the final couple hours of the tournament.
Oh, yeah. I knew that was going to be good. I said, man, I should be ahead of him. And I looked, I said, oh, we're tied. Okay, that's even better.
Well, you know what's even crazier? Jonathan Pepin is beating Eric Siddiqui by a 1/4 inch with smallmouth. So both these matchups, I've been picking these two matchups all day long, and both of you guys, all four of you, are just keeping it going. But we'll let you get back to it, brother, and good luck to you.
Yeah, you can hear that wind, I assume.
Oh yeah, it's blowing. It's blowing like crazy, man.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we're gonna let you get to it, homie, and good luck, and hopefully you get another 20-incher in your boat.
I'll just be happy with 16.
Amen to that one. All right, Brad. Well, we'll holler at you later on tonight.
Okay.
All right, bye.
All right, bye.
Update alert, courtesy of my man Dennis. Thomas Gent has just culled again. He is sitting at 83 and a half. 83 and a half. Conrad Benetti has said, let's see here. Conrad said he has spoke with John Fox. Wind, rain, and hail. He's struggling out there. Tough body of water with any sort of wind because it's wide open. That's kind of what happened to a lot of us in Texas yesterday. The east side of Texas, apparently not the west side. The east side of Texas got rifled with windstorms. So, I completely understand that. A lot of people don't realize how hard it is for a lot of us kayak fishermen to fish in high winds, but let me tell you, from a personal experience, it will absolutely just rip straight through your bones, and the next day, you feel every bit of it. I am thankful for this chair because I don't think there's going to be too much of me jumping up and down today. Even more, the Elite 8 and the Final 4 are going to be competing back-to-back days, so that's just a whole new level of competition. But for Thomas Gent and his support team, he is culling still. He's still catching fish. He has actually moved up into 16th overall for the weekend out of 32 anglers. He's got an hour and a half left to fish, and he is already beating another 16 anglers total between today and yesterday. So keep grinding, buddy. We're paying attention. You're actually coming up there against the Southern guys now, so we're going to see how this thing plays out. Stephanie has admitted the beard is safe so far. Apparently she's not too mad at Matt for the moment, or at least she's not sharing it on the news feed. So we'll leave that one as it is. But let's see here. Brad Case, we got him on the phone. Matthew Flatt, I still have gotten no answers from. We still got about another 30 minutes left to broadcast. I'm gonna leave John Fox alone because of what he is going through weather-wise, and time restrictions. So he's got a lot to make up for. I know he's out there competing. Let me see if I can get old Conrad Benetti on here to talk about his day. He had asked for some airtime but was asleep when we called. We'll see if we can get him on the phone before we go ahead and interview a couple more of these guys. Still no update from Ross Pinkerton or Matt Frentress or Matthew Flett. They're the only three anglers that haven't posted any fish for the day. Again, as far as Frentress and Pinkerton goes, they just didn't have service. So Conrad has let us know that he is good to go. So let's get him pulled up here, and the Barbarian himself can tell us a little bit about his plans facing, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Suvac in the upcoming Sweet 16. What a match that was going to be. That's going to be Fellsmere against Fellsmere. All right.
Hello.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, what's going on, man?
So the Barbarian himself showing out.
Still around, alive and kicking.
Man,
shockingly.
I have got to say, 2 weeks in a row, these guys missed out on an ample opportunity to take you down.
Yeah, definitely week one when I put up that 80-something. I mean, it's been a while since I had a day that bad, so I've lucked out. There's a reason I'm still around, so I'm just going to try to go with it, you know what I mean?
What do you think it's going to take down Mr. Suvac since you're both fishing the same body of water, man? That's got to be something to think about.
Well, I don't know. I mean, there's always I might pull out something else. There's no guarantee of me going there. You know, with my schedule, it works because I get the late start. But this week, I think I got coverage, so I'm going to be able to get out at 7 a.m. I may go somewhere else.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. I'm sure you got plenty of water holes down there in Florida. Do you know Suvac outside of this competition?
I do not. We talked a little bit. He seems like a real good guy. He's obviously a good fisherman. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. If we do both fish Fellsmere, next cast could change the whole game.
Absolutely. I mean, now, given the last 2 weeks, he has outscored you. Actually, no, I apologize. The first week, no, you beat him the first week. This week, you tied. He had bigger fish.
We tied on the head. I had 2 giants on yesterday. I made a hook change going forward. Buddy of mine gave me a recommendation on some hooks to use. I've lost about 6 fish between 8 and 10, 11 pounds in the last 2 weeks with these hooks I've been using. So I'm hoping it's the hooks. We'll see. We'll see.
How many inches is it going to take down Suvac, you think? What's your goal for next Saturday?
It all depends. I mean, obviously you're always trying to hit 100, but weather in there is crucial. Any cold fronts, any winds, it changes the game. They move around so much in there. You can only fish a certain amount of areas in there because, you know, a lot of it is shut down to kayakers. We only got the front box to fish. It gets constantly pounded by the same guys over and over again. It's tough. I mean, it's not as easy as everyone makes that place out to be. Fox actually went there on my recommendation. He told me he was going, so I gave him. I told him where to go. And you see, he's struggling out there today.
Absolutely, you know? He's still in a fight. But man, if he is on Fellsmere, it only takes 2 casts, and he could be taking the whole thing home. So
that's it. That's it.
I've seen a lot of 22, 23s caught out of Fellsmere, and you know it's that next cast every time. So he's just got to keep grinding, keep staying in there. What are you thinking about these hammer matchups today?
Oh man, the Pepin one, that's crazy. That's a smooth cat right there, man. He's on camera catching smallmouth with his crotch in the camera and stuff. He's ready to go, man.
Bro, not only him, but Derek Brundle over here catching fish on camera every time we've talked to him.
Yeah, man, that's smooth. I know if I'm out there on camera, I'd be fumbling around. I'd probably lose the fish every time. So
you're talking
for them
to the
guys
guy that
do that.
Snapped off an 8-pounder on camera the first time we did the broadcast.
Yeah, that's right.
So I am the exact same way. But these guys, these Sunday guys, man, I'm thankful to be in the Saturday bracket.
I hear you, man. I hear you. You're gonna might have to meet him for a championship, though. You know, we'll see. Hopefully we make it there. Hopefully we get to cross that bridge. But
I don't know if I make it past Isham. I don't know how I'm going to get past Kennan, given the fact that he moves up. So I told
you, I've been telling you about Kennan, man.
you should be worried about going against Kennan if you guys make it that far. I mean, Kennan is a competitor. He only fishes 5 hours a day, and 2 weeks in a row. If the leaderboards went down right now, he'd have the big bag 2 weeks in a row.
Yep. You heard him, man. He gets up late, he eats his cereal, he doesn't get out till like 12, 1 o'clock, and he's still putting up the biggest bag in it. So definitely got my eye on him, but we've been going at it for the last year, me and him. We enter a lot of the same tournaments. I've edged him out, little different format though, not 1 days, week longs, month longs or a weekend. But this is a whole different ball game. He's cruising right now. He's rolling. So, he's definitely one to watch, no doubt about it. And of course, Mr. Wilson. Wilson's been blowing him up too. So
yeah,
it's gonna be fun, man. I hope to get by Suvac. If
you get past Suvac, your options are Daniel Perry or Doug Wilson, and both of them guys have put up 5 fish limits 2 weeks in a row in the first hour.
Oh yeah. Like I said, the only good thing I have going for me now is I should be getting coverage where I can be out there for 7 a.m. It ain't going to be no 10:30 start. So I usually get a pretty good morning bite. So that's going to help out a lot. You don't look at the leaderboard at 10:30 and see that you're behind by 80 inches to start out your morning. You know what I mean?
That's a mental game right there, buddy.
But, you tell yourself, you prepare yourself for that because you know it's going to happen. So it's no surprise. You just do what you do, slow down, and just try to stay focused on what you're doing, and usually it works out well. So that's all you can do,
So are you guys going to talk and do a showdown on the same body of water like these main guys do, or are you guys just going to go to your own hunting holes?
I don't know. I think it would be pretty cool. Part of me says pull something else out. May 1st, Florida might start opening up some boat ramps and stuff. So, you got to think, do you want to make the decision based on what's going to get you a win, or do you want to make it the ultimate showdown, same body of water? And, that's a pretty good bracket matchup, same body of water and, same amount of time, same everything. So there's a couple different aspects that I go through my head. We'll see how it plays out.
Yeah, man, keep us updated. We're interested in following along on that one, and we'll holler at you later, but I do appreciate you coming on.
I appreciate the time, man. Let me get back to watching this thing. This has been fun, man. Unbelievable stuff. This is great.
Well, I sure do appreciate it, brother. We'll holler at you later.
All right, guys. Be good.
The man himself, Mr. Conrad Bonetti. Heck of an angler. I don't want to go against him, but I also don't want to go against William Kennan either. I really didn't even want to go against Isham, but at the same time, that's the one person I wanted to take on in this whole thing, because if I was going to get beat by anybody, I wanted it to be Isham. Let's see, do we have any updates on the leaderboards? Let me take a quick gander here. I'm not seeing any. Nothing that jumps out at me that says there's a change in the leaderboard at the moment. Thomas Jett may have just called. I need it to roll around one more time. Okay, no, I just got the 411. No changes on leaderboard. So we'll stick to our calls. Let's see if we can get Mr. Todd Patrick back on the phone and see if he's still just as confident that he's going to pull off 80 inches. We got about 15 minutes left, so we're making our final calls for the day. I've got Patrick, Todd Tharp, Patrick Tharp, George Nemeth, and Rolando Nandon to see if I can still get on the phone, and we'll go from there. Hey, buddy, last call of the day. We're getting ready to shut everything down here, and we want to save one of the best for the last. You got the whole world wondering here. Are we still promising 80 inches?
Hang on one second.
I got you.
Should be in my ear.
Yep, I got you.
Good. I just caught an 11 3/4, and I just broke off on that tree.
How hard did the tree fight?
The tree fought really hard.
Okay.
Hard enough to snap my line. So, I just retied. So, I still feel confident. I got 2 places. That I'm gonna hit up here in the last 2 hours, and I caught fish on both of them. So I'm still trying to get from it. I think that I should still hit mid-80s. We'll see what happens. If you're not confident, then you shouldn't be out here, right?
Amen to that, buddy. Well, we've been watching you. The thing about it is, Patrick Tharp does have a 5-fish limit. He has called us a couple times, but going off of where you're at, the location in the United States that you are in, it would be nothing to jump up over 81 and in the blink of an eye. You could do that in the last 30 minutes, and a lot of people have.
Yeah, like I said, I'm still feeling pretty confident. I just need to get one more just to get one away. I'll feel better. And then remember, I do have a 12 1/4 to call. So, I mean, if I can get 3 fish, I feel really, really good.
Good deal, buddy. Well, Eric Siddiqui and Jonathan Pepin, they're the talk of the town right now. They're a 1/4 inch apart.
I saw Eric and told him that, and I said, Pepin just passed you, and he said, he's like, what? And he was a man on a mission and left me again, and and he is doing everything he can to get that 1/4 inch back. I think he caught a fish as I went away for an upgrade or something, but
well, Jonathan,
that was probably a half hour ago. He probably sent something in, I would assume.
Jonathan Pepin passed him by 1.5 inches by pumping up a 19-inch smallmouth. Another one, by the way. And
nice.
Then Eric called again, giving him 94.5, a 1/4 inch behind Pepin's 94 3/4.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I told everybody before this tournament started that you got to watch out for what John Pepin can do in the UP with those smallies. He does it in our monthly onlines all the time, so it's nothing that's surprising to me. It's surprising to everybody else because people have never heard of John. But John knows what he's doing out there on the river and with them smallies up there. So don't be shocked to see if he can get by Eric. Don't be shocked to see him in the final.
Well, on top of that, you got Derek Brundle and Brad Case at a tie.
Yeah, and I'm happy to see that Brad finally got on some fish after a slow start. It was good. That's good. Derek being up north is going to be. I think it's going to be harder for him to call. And I think Brad has a smaller call.
He does. He's got a 15.5. Derek Brundle has a 16 1/4.
Yeah. So I mean, like I said, just out here paying a little bit of attention, kind of fishing, just having fun. Would love to beat John, would love to beat Patrick, but I'm just out here having fun. Still coming for you, Patrick.
Well, we'll let you get back and enjoy your final hours of fishing, buddy. Good luck to you. And
what's John or what does Patrick have?
He has got 81 1/4 inches.
And what do I got? 44 something.
You have got 44 3/4.
Okay.
So if you were going to catch just 3 fish, let me see here real quick.
Well, I've got 3. I need 2 more.
Oh, you need 2 more. So if you were going to catch,
yeah, and I got to upgrade a 12 1/4, and I just caught an 11.75. So
if you catch two 18.5s, you're tied with him.
Tall task. I need to upgrade that 12 1/4. So I need to get a couple 16s and upgrade that 12 1/4 to about a 16. So I'm gonna get to it, and good luck to everybody out there. Everybody be safe, and just like I said before, it's been a joy to fish this. And I am in the May, so I donated my money again, but I'm just out here having fun.
Well, you keep grinding, buddy. We're rooting on you, and we'll see that when this thing plays out.
Yeah, for sure. Y'all have a good one.
Take it easy.
All right, thanks.
All right, so we got Todd Patrick on the phone, still confident, still doing it. Siddiqui sounds like Siddiqui might be a little nerve wracked. So that's the good news. I am gonna message Pepin. He was getting a phone charger earlier. So we'll message him and see if he can talk. I mean, when this tournament was created, we all knew it was going to be. We all knew it was going to depend on where you're fishing as a factor. You've had people drive. You've had people swapping bodies of water. You've had people on the same body of water. Weather has came into play so much in 2 weeks, it's not even funny. But, at the same time, two different scenarios, nobody thought that somebody was going to be putting up over 90 inches of smallmouth. Well, I take that back. Todd Patrick knew that it would happen. The rest of us were kind of like, that's a tall task for smallmouth. At the same time, it is harder to cull out some of these bigger fish being from the north. I'm regarding Derek Brundle and Brad Case's scenario. It's a whole lot easier to cull a 15.5 in the south, in my opinion, than it would be to cull a 16.25 in the north. However, it can be done. Derek Brundle has showed that many a time and time through, and I'm really kind of pulling to see how exactly that goes down. I also cannot wait till tonight when we find out who wins between Matt Frentress and Ross Pinkerton. It's driving me crazy. Also, if Matthew Flett is going to be the only person in the entire weekend to not catch a fish today. So two things we're looking forward to finding out and kind of going from there. But it has been a wild ride. I know normally that I'm on here on live the entire day like I was last Sunday. I apologize that I wasn't this week. Woke up late after fishing, and then on top of that, just wasn't able to get technology up and working for another 2 hours afterwards. So, I wasn't able to get on till about 9:30 Central. Hopefully next week it'll go by a little bit smoother. What do we have here? John Fox has upgraded a fish finally. He has taken out his 12.25 or something like that with a 15.75, jumped up to 69 inches, closed the gap a little bit on Mr. Nandon, but Nandon is still up there at 84.5, so John Fox still has quite a ways to go. Let's see here. Jonathan Pepin is charging his phone. I asked him if it was charged enough that he would be able to talk to all his fans out here. I'm going to leave Jason Gardner alone for the moment. Him and Thomas Gent are in an extreme lockup, and we don't want to mess that up. So we're going to let them main boys duke it out and go from there. Let's see here. I think that was the... Alright. I guess we're going to stay on until about 3:10 Central Time. Jonathan Pepin has asked for a call in 15 minutes. So I'm going to give him that since he didn't get to talk to us. I'll give him his final phone call in 15. So we're going to rock out about another 15 minutes worth of show. Then after Jonathan Pepin's interview, we're probably going to go ahead and shut it on down. Because I'm going to lose feed on the standings. I won't be able to follow for the last hour. I did confirm with Greg. We are going to bring both guys on the line. Both competitors that are going against each other this evening. That way, we get both reactions. We either get to see the or the woohoo or, whatever it is. I know me personally, just to give you guys how great of a feeling it is, I had my whole family in here. My mom, well, I say that, my mom, my dad, my dogs, their dogs, all 32 of them, all sitting in the living room. My nieces were watching. My sister and brother-in-law were watching. I had friends in New York, Kansas, Michigan, Maine, Florida, all watching. A lot of buddies in Arkansas, co-workers, family members, uncles. I mean, I just had all these people watching this, and as soon as we found out that I won, it was an incredible experience. So, you know, it's one of those things that we're not even in the final 8 or Elite 8 or Final 4 or anything. We're just now in the round 32, and it's already getting to the point where it's this exciting to find out if you win or lose. So, you know, I wanted to make sure that both parties got to have that opportunity. Plus, unless you're just way down there, most of these situations are close and only a couple inches apart. So, none of us will really know what it's like until the very end. So we'll find out how that goes. Dennis said that will be the last update, John Fox. So we got about 10 more minutes of show left. The standings are about to go down, and then it's just us, guys. But we're going to give that last interview out to him. I'm going to try Rolando Nandon one more time. See if he can answer. I hate to bother him, but he's in the lead, so we'll give John Fox every second we can. Hey, buddy, last phone call for the day. I know I don't want to bother you. We're cranking down to the final hours. John Fox just upgraded a fish, but you still have a commanding lead. What's your game plan for the final 2 hours of competition?
And I'm just going to cover water. I was trying to get a bedfish right now, but she wouldn't bite, so she's at least 24 inches.
How long are you going to stay on her?
I left already, so I'm going to try to come back on her in a little bit to see if she'll bite. But I spent about, a good 25, 30 minutes on her, and I was like, all right, she's not going to bite, I'll just come back.
Well, your competitor has dealt with wind, rain, and hail all on the same body of water today. And he is still grinding it out trying to catch you, but right now, if the standings went down as of this moment, you're taking a guy down fishing off of Fellsmere.
Man, well, hopefully he's safe. I don't want anything to happen to him, but I just hope I do beat him because I'm running out of options here, and it's not really good right now.
Do you feel confident you're going to take him down knowing he's only got an hour left to fish, but he is in Fellsmere? Do you feel confident you'll take him down with 84 inches?
No. I never want to say that because I've seen people come back in the last 20, 30 minutes. So I'm definitely going to try to upgrade. I need a good 20 so I can get rid of my 15. And I'll feel a lot safer that way. But I don't feel really safe right now with the limit that I got.
Well, I got to tell you, I've had two people on this feed, two competitors that have had more support than anybody else. It's you and Thomas Gent. You've got a lot of fans out there that have watched the broadcast off and on all day cheering you on.
Hey, that's awesome, man, and I appreciate those guys for doing that because that's definitely a little bit of motivation to keep you going,
Absolutely. Well, you keep out there grinding, buddy. You got 2 hours left to fish, and you just go out there and give it all you got, and we'll give you a call later on this evening when we do the award ceremony to find out if you won or lost, buddy.
All right, Mark. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Bye.
Bye.
And there we have it, Rolando Nandon. We did get him on the phone. We're able to give him one last interview, which everybody deserves. We still got about 8 more minutes left. And the standings should be going down any minute, I believe. I don't know if it's going to keep giving me updates or not. We kind of screwed the pooch on that last Sunday. That's the whole reason we didn't have a award ceremony, because we just the standings got left on. But we'll keep going as long as it does. So, looking for any leaderboard changes at the moment before it goes down. I think we did have one. Hold on. Jason Gardner upgraded. Jason Gardner going against Thomas Gent. Jason Gardner's called a fish. He is at 77 3/4. He is closing the gap on Thomas Gent. So he's getting a little bit closer to Thomas. Thomas has still got him beat at the moment, but we're closing that gap. So it's still anybody's ball game. It only takes one or two good calls, and he could be right there with him. Mr. Pepin. I apologize, Pat. I pronounce y'all's last name wrong all the time. I am so sorry. But Mr. Pepin, y'all, you have a supporter as well. Pat is saying, keep digging, son. Good luck. So, Pat, if you want to hang out for about 6 more minutes, I'm going to actually call Jonathan, get him on the phone, and you can witness his interview firsthand. So we're just kind of killing a few more minutes so that we can get it. Todd Patrick just says he does have another fish. He calls up to 58 1/4. That fish would have went 14 inches. Closed the gap on Patrick Tharp a little bit. Let's see here. He needs a 23-inch fish to catch Patrick Tharp on with one fish without culling that 12-incher he had mentioned earlier. So good job, Todd. Shout out to you, buddy, and that's going on as well. So yeah, Conrad, that is an incredible event. Pepin picked as the severe underdog, and this dude is showing out today. I'm so impressed with him myself, and that just goes to show you, just because you don't know somebody's name doesn't mean they're not a contender. As long as they're not playing on the Dallas Cowboys. I'm joking. That's a Cowboys jersey. I'm a fan. I can say that. I know there's a lot of Texas people on here, so I don't want to get a bunch of hate mail. I am a Cowboys fan. I'm not going to bring anybody else on besides Mr. Pepin for today, only because he didn't have a chance to do his second interview due to phone battery. But thanks to Mr. Matt Linsenman, Jonathan has gotten a phone charger, and he's out there grinding for the last couple hours trying to get his final fish. And for the moment, we still have standings. Let's see here. All right, there we go. Yeah, for the moment we do have standing still, so they'll be shut down momentarily. I'm sure it's just a lag in the connection. Whoever sent the heart, definitely do appreciate that. That's what we need. All you guys out there, if you hadn't hit that thumbs up button or that heart all day long, please hit it. Either one of them will do. Let us know that we are doing a good job, doing these broadcasts. When we look down on the screen and we see those thumbs up and those hearts, that lets us know that we are doing we're doing a good job. So whether it's me on the Sunday broadcast, Greg and Todd on the Saturday, whichever one you're watching, hit those as much as possible. That way we just can look down and see that we are doing a great job. It really does make a huge difference and matters quite a bit. So it looks like the tournament standings are offline now. so that we won't be able to see them, and we'll kind of go from there. So we got tournament standings are offline. That's a wrap. We're gonna call Pepin in 3 minutes and get our last interview on the water. So any of you guys that do want to hear what Pepin has to say, I know we've got 10 viewers currently. Stick around for a couple minutes. Enjoy me blabbering to kill dead space, and we'll get Pepin on here momentarily. Let's see here. Bear with me here. Going back through the comments, making sure I didn't miss it. All right. Todd Patrick says we got a Go Skins comment. So now I'm getting hate mail by being a Cowboys fan. We'll go with that later. But Todd Patrick said he is coming for you, Pootie. He's got another fish on the board. I'm not going to say Pootie. That's just a weird name. I'm going to say Patty Cakes. That's what we're going with. But he's on the grind himself. So we've got 1 minute left. We'll give Mr. Pepin a call. That'll be our final interview for the day. And, then we'll see you guys at the award ceremony. And again, I apologize for the technical problems this morning. And hopefully next Sunday I can give you a full-on broadcast from the get-go. But let's go ahead and give Mr. Pepin a call.
Oh,
Hey, buddy, what's going on?
still trying to catch fish, man.
Well, I got to tell you, you are in one of the most exciting matchups of the day. Your opponent, from what we heard earlier, sounds like he is rattled because he couldn't believe you came back and passed him again. And on top of that, your Pat Pepin is watching the broadcast and supporting you. So
Yeah, man, I'm just trying my darndest to just try to catch a 20-inch fish. I know before the leaderboard went off, I only had a quarter of an inch on Eric, and it's just regardless, everything I wanted to have happen today has happened. Like, both of us are on the top of the leaderboard. We're just giving it everything we've got, and like, win or lose, man, I'm happy regardless because I cannot complain about any part of the day that I've had today. But man, it's been interesting to say the least today. Once the sun come up this morning, the boats have been out here like crazy, and I got guys that I could darn near spit on their boat. They're running past me, and it's just so it kind of goes in waves as far as like finding fish, and it's been a little while now, but I'm gonna give it right to the end, man, and hopefully I can I don't know. Hopefully I can at least gain a quarter of an inch. I need at least a 18.7 or 18 3/4 to bump up at least. So I don't know. Let's see what happens.
Well, man, you are gaining supporters from all over the country. You've got Kyle with ZR Custom Tackle over in Idaho just going crazy that you're doing so good, claiming he cannot wait to take you on in a smallmouth on smallmouth competition.
Right on.
So you've got supporters all over the place, and you're just out there grinding. You actually tied Doug Wilson's bag from Fellsmere. You're tied for second place overall for the weekend. He's got the big fish, of course, but
right.
You're putting up smallmouth. You don't have one green fish on the board.
No, and there ain't any swimming in the water I'm fishing. I'm gonna tell you that. No, man, it's I love the smallmouth fishing up here. I mean, it's I still got a lot of work to do as far as catching some of the size that I've buddies and stuff have caught, 22s, 23s, smallies, and I'm still trying to break that 22-inch mark. But I mean, right now, just the fact that I think I got three 19s, 19 or over up on the board, and two 18s right now. Like I said, even if Eric finds a fish in the next hour and I don't, man, I can't complain about the day that I've had. There's nothing that's going to make me feel bad.
Well, I've got to ask, what are you doing different that Linsenman isn't? Because Stephanie doesn't want us to know, but Matt needs some help catching a fifth fish here.
I talked to him a little bit. I try to help out everybody I can to a point, but I mean, I'm not going to get too crazy. But I guess the biggest thing I would just say that I've been doing is just I've been on a constant move, really, and even in the areas I'm catching fish, I'm still, like I said, I'm moving. I'm running with the current. I'm dragging here, dragging there, trying to, I might be casting, across river deep to shallow, and then, just coming back the opposite way and stuff. I mean, not to say that he's not doing things like that, because I really don't know, but regardless, I do have to, I told him thank you earlier, but I'll tell him thank you on the air right now. Yeah, I got his external phone charger right now, so I didn't have to sit in the truck for an extra 20 minutes to try to, get her for this last hour here. But
well, I've got to ask that last question. Are you confident that you can make one more call before the time is up?
I think so. I really think I can. I just, I mean, literally, right now, all the boats are gone. I think everybody's tired from being in the sun. I don't know if they caught all their walleye and the brown trout or whatever, but the area that I'm in, I've got no pressure right now, so I'm going to work offshore a little bit, maybe 20 minutes, half hour, kind of give some upriver areas a little break and just try to hit it. Like I said, I know that there's 20 inches out here. I know there's other 19s out here. It's just, I mean, I cannot count the number of fish that I've caught today and the number of fish I've lost today. I mean, I bet you I've lost 8 to 10 fish today, which hard to say if they're big or small, but I've got a couple that sure felt like tankers, and it's heartbreaking when they, pop me off or something like that. But either way, it's like, for me to come out here in just one day in 10 hours and catch the amount of fish that I've had, and I mean, I bet you, I want to say I've had five fish that I didn't even measure. I just picked them up and I knew they were short and just tossed them back, So it's just, like I said, I'm happy with how everything went, and regardless of how things turn out, hey, if this is how the standings are going to be, and we skunked this last hour and I pull it out, cool. If he catches a fish, and we'll see, man. It'll be exciting. I don't want to wait till later on tonight to figure it out. That's for darn sure.
Are we going to see a 20-inch smallmouth before this thing's said and done?
I sure hope so, but I can't give no promises. That's for darn sure.
Well,
you know how fishing is, man.
Oh,
it's
absolutely.
Good one day, it's bad the next. It's good 5 feet this way and cruddy the next 5 feet the other way. So it all depends on what the fish want to do. I'm throwing what they've been eating all day, and changed it up a few different times, and I keep going back to the same old thing, and it's what I've been catching fish on. So we'll give it right to the old dirty end, and we'll see what happens, man.
Well, buddy, we'll let you get back to it. I'm about to shut her on down myself, and I look forward to the fact that you're going to be the first name called on the bracket tonight. So you're the first person we get to bring on camera to find out if you won or lost this evening.
Well, that works for me, and I'll have a whiskey in hand when I get home.
Hey, I'll promise you, being the guy that was second from last to find out if you won or lost last night, it's so much better being on the top.
Oh, I hear you.
But we'll let you grind it out, buddy, and we'll see you tomorrow.
All right, man. Take care.
All right, guys. I said tomorrow. I meant tonight, but that's a wrap for today. I sure do appreciate everybody following along. all the supporters. Another big shout out to Thomas Gent. Tanya said, so proud of you, Tom. Bring it home. If I remember and was following correct, that's the girlfriend. So, definitely do appreciate that. Big shout out again to Windows USA for providing the boom bucks for the weekend. I believe that's going to go to Brian Pierce as soon as we have that video. Unless something happens, you never know when another 25-inch fish is going to get caught, especially when you have Brad Case himself fishing the tournament, who has a 97-incher under his belt. However, we'll sign out here. I'll either be back on this evening or I won't, depending on Greg, and because I know he's going to be having his hands full bringing on two people at the same time, and we don't want to interfere with that. But everybody, make sure you tune in. It's going to be a heck of a show. We sure do appreciate all you guys did, and like I said again, if you haven't, hit the thumbs up button, hit the heart button on the live feed. Let us know we did a good job, because we could see that, and like the page, share the page, anything you can do, we really do appreciate it, and have a great day. Thanks, guys. Mark us out.